of instability in the country, whichever way. We try to bring out what the real issue is and obviously put away the conspiracy theories. Right here, we try to look for solutions and recommendations to these myriad of challenges. My name is Esther Wachiku. I officially welcome you to the Evening Rush, and today is June 23. I want to use this opportunity to say happy birthday to my younger brother. Yes, we're June babies. He's the last baby of the house. My younger brother's name is Promise Wachiku. Promise, happy birthday to you. I love you. We love you. Mommy, daddy loves you. Everyone loves you. You are the light of the family. You are the hope. You're a real covenant child. I love you. We love you. So happy birthday, Promise, and God be with you. God bless you and your family. We expect more good news this year in Jesus' name. Amen. This breaking development: the United States has designated a Nigerian national and 3 companies operating in the country as alleged financial facilitators of activities linked to the terrorist group, the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. They were designated in the latest action, which targeted a total of 3 individuals and 6 entities accused of facilitating the movement of funds for ISIS operations globally. Now, the statement issued on Monday was cited on Tuesday by U.S. Department of State spokesperson Thomas Pigott. He says designations quote across France, Syria, Turkey, and Nigeria. You remember the president had a collaboration with Turkey, actually emphasizing for a need to collaborate to provide security architecture and equipment to combat insecurity, while the United States of America has disclosed that Turkey is one of the countries actually sponsoring and financing terrorism in Nigeria, in Syria, in France. These collaborators and instigators, facilitators of these criminal activities are situated in these countries. He described the network as one that enables ISIS to move money across borders. ISIS to move money across borders, exposing a network that spans from France and Syria to Turkey and Nigeria. Among those designated is a France-based facilitator who provided information concerning the use of explosives to ISIS supporters, a Syria-based operator who used cryptocurrency to transfer funds on behalf of ISIS associates in multiple countries, including the United States, and a Nigeria-based facilitator whose money exchange businesses served as conduits for ISIS financing. In a further update released just last night, the U.S. also disclosed that these measures are very intricate and seems to be a collaboration between these countries. They have been going on with this of late. He also disclosed the identities of these 3 persons and 6 companies designated. Apart from the Nigerian national, 3 of the 6 designated companies are also from Nigeria, 2 from Lagos State and 1 from Kano. The full list of specially designated nationals: Abdul Hakim Bawuch, also known as Al-Holandi Abu Suleiman Babili Mohammed, Syria, date of birth 15th December 1993. Obviously, we have the 1st of January 1991, place of birth The Hague, Netherlands. In Aleppo, Syria, nationality Netherlands, male, national identity number, all is in there. We also have Abedamain Milode, also known as Ghazi Ibrahim, national of France, born August 1992. Obviously has a France nationality. And what does he do? How does he channel these funds? Through digital currency addresses. Then there is Mohammed Mukhtar Adamu, also known as Adamu Mukhtar. He lives at number 45 Abimbola Street off Capitol Road, Mokas Agege, Lagos State, Nigeria. For Nigeria, this facilitator and ISIS financier for terrorism-related activities in Lagos. His name is Mohammed Mukhtar Adamu, also known as Adamu Mukhtar Mohammed. He lives at number 45 Abimbola Street off Capitol Road, Mokas Agege, Lagos State, Nigeria. Date of birth 2nd of August 1990. Obviously, nationality Nigeria, male, and obviously they released his passport number. All is indicated there. He's linked to ISIS West Africa. There is Al-Karam Dennis Malik Gemiriku. He's obviously a Al-Karam company, the company where he actually channels these funds, also known as Al-Karam Company. Al-Karam Company Money Transfer, Spider Company Istanbul Exchange. So Al-Karam Money Company Transfer, the company's name is Spider Company Istanbul Istanbul Exchange. Obviously, in Fatih, Istanbul, and Turkey. These are the channels through which he sends these monies, obviously through cryptocurrency. Bitcoin Exchange Agent, IDLIB, number one coin exchange, also known as Idlib, number one BTC, number one Bitcoin Exchange Agent, and his the areas is Idlib, Salkin, Dakush, Sarmanda, Syria. They're all linked to ISIS. Generation Currency Bureau de Change Limited, obviously for the Nigerian. The name of the Bitcoin company is Generation Currency Bureau de Change Limited, or will I say the dollar company where they do the financial exchange from dollars to naira in Lagos with the number RC1555604. This is linked to Mukhtar Adamu, ISIS network, who is resident in Lagos, Agege local government area to be precise. Then obviously he has a currency, a Bureau de Change currency named Generation Currency Bureau de Change Limited, based in Lagos, the Nigerian, who is also facilitating financially and linked to ISIS. In Manhattan Bureau de Change Limited, you have number 59 Murtala Mohammed Way Wakba Kano. This is the second Nigeria who is resident in Kano, obviously linked to ISIS, who has a Bureau de Change company. His name obviously is, the name of the company rather is Manhattan Bureau de Change Limited. The address of his company, or possibly his resident, is number 59 Murtala Mohammed Way, Wakba, Kano, Nigeria, with RC1763824, linked to Mukhtar Adamu, ISIS network, resident in Nigeria. The 99 Exchange Bureau de Change Limited, Ikeja, Lagos State, Nigeria. This is another Bureau de Change company, we're obviously connected to ISIS, located in Lagos. This company is called 99 Exchange Bureau de Change Limited, situated at Ikeja, Lagos State, Nigeria. It's also linked to Mukhtar Adamu, ISIS network. There is Spider Gemirelku Virginal Tikaret Limited, Sirketi, also known as Spider Money Transfer Company, Spider Tikaret, Istanbul, Turkey, linked to ISIS. The US reaffirmed a strong partnership with Nigeria, which joined the United States in the May 16, 2026 operation that resulted in the killing of Abu Bilal al-Minuki, described as the number 2 official in ISIS. PGOT said the United States would continue to apply diplomatic and legal measures against ISIS and its supporters worldwide. They said, and I quote, "We will continue to use every diplomatic and legal tool available to hold ISIS and its supporters accountable wherever they operate and however they move money. We remain fully committed to protecting American lives, defending religious minorities, working with international partners to eliminate the threat that ISIS poses to global peace and security." The action, according to the statement, was taken under Executive Order 13224 as amended. It also noted that ISIS, formerly known as Al-Qaeda in Iraq, was designated a specially designated global terrorist organization way back in 2004. So we have a Nigerian who has an office, a Bureau de Change company in Lagos and also in Kano, rather the two of them. His name is Mukhtar Adamu, who has this link to ISIS network. He has an office in Kano, 59 Murtala Mohammed Way, Wakba, Kano. There is also another Bureau de Change company called 99 Exchange Bureau de Change Limited, situated at Ikeja, Lagos State, Nigeria, and his home address is at Agege. We have a long way to go with this. My analyst this evening is Barrister Eze Eluche. Barrister Eze Eluche is a political, national and social affairs commentator. Barrister Eze Eluche, among this and amongst other issues, will give us his own perception to what this implies. The United States of America is about 6 or 7 months thereabout. They have been seriously investigating all of this. It's quite unfortunate because the Nigerian government may have known these individuals but possibly refused to disclose their names. Late Muhammadu Buhari's administration, we had about 400 of them, where the United Arab Emirates sent us their names at this Bureau de Change operators that are linked and companies situated in Nigeria, and how they siphon funds, exchange funds, channel and sponsor financially these terrorist activities. Up to now, the Nigerian government did not tell us precisely what was being done about it. General Ali Kefas was given the mandate to to investigate those within the security personnel within the Nigerian army and the Nigerian police. And based on investigations, a lot was revealed. We heard he was kept in a dungeon for months. They refused to allow him properly investigate this and call out these individuals. He also released some names of those involved in the financial racketeering through Bureau de Change. We also heard about some military men being part of this franchise, enabling all of this. And Buhari told him to be circumspect and reveal everything. And when he approached some of these individuals, they kept him underground. Remember the late army general who was also murdered during a helicopter crash? Ali Kefas told us that indeed there was something very funny about it, that was a deliberate act to murder the army staff because he was on the intel on what was going on and the persons responsible for it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's unraveling that indeed certain persons are deliberately allowing these enemies of darkness or enemies of evil to perpetrate these crimes in this country. Barrister Eze Eliche, good evening. Thank you for joining us today. How are you, sir?
I'm very fine, and how are you?
I'm fine, Barrister. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for the invite.
Barrister, I don't know if you've heard, the United States of America has released the names of terrorist financiers linked to ISIS in Nigeria, and they're in Lagos, and they have two offices in Lagos, two Bureau de Change offices in Lagos, and another one in Kano. And I was making reference to the investigations made by General Ali Kefas, who was supposedly ranked down and stripped off his ranks and kept in a dungeon, and the UAE giving us about 400 names of terrorist financiers and their operations in Nigeria, and nothing was done about it. Now the US has exposed the names of these individuals, their companies, their passport address, their home address, their offices. Everything is out there on the internet. Everything. Barrister Eze, what had stopped the Nigerian government from also displaying all of these information to the public and tackling this?
Thank you very much. For quite a while, some of us have always believed and stated clearly in public that the current Nigerian government, right from the time of Muhammadu Buhari, has been complicit in terrorism and jihadist, this whole issue of insecurity. And what the American government is now revealing all gives credence to that. Because these people are known to government. I mean, they are known to government, and why have they not acted? Why have they not acted? And it's not just one. You'll be shocked at the high level of personalities. I'm not saying that the father was there, but for your son to be neck deep in this and you didn't report long enough, something must be wrong. And in the same vein, the son of the former chief justice of Nigeria, Justice Wires, his son was killed in a U.S. attack on an ISIS terror base in Afghanistan. I mean, the records are all there. Even the current Emir of Kano, for instance, the current Emir of Kano is an alumnus of the same school, the African International University in Khartoum, Sudan, as Osama bin Laden. So the connections are very. It's for the government to be truthful to itself, for the government to be truthful to itself and tell us that it is not in bed with these terrorists. But from all indications, from even the way these terrorists operate, from the way the government is now, instead of punishing them, it is now rehabilitating and reintegrating them. From the way it even sponsors them and gives them money in the name of reintegration, whilst not paying our soldiers and policemen effectively enough. From the way these terrorists operate, they will operate in their thousands. Not too long ago in Niger State, over 1,000 motorcyclists were seen moving in the Mokwa Borgu area. Is it possible for a government that has security personnel not to know when 1,000 motorcycles are moving in one direction? Even a cheap drone will tell you this fact. So when you see all these things happening and the repeated stance of the U.S. government that this country is involved in terrorism and they keep on showing us who and who, like the government will only act based on what the U.S. government has said. It will not by itself take preemptive action. Rather, it will devote the entirety of its security and intelligence arsenal on individuals, on Nigerians, on the opposition party members. And now we have El Rufai undergoing trial because he tried to log on to try to interfere with the communication of the NSA.
Yes.
Of Ribadu. Yes. When terrorists are busy communicating with themselves, when terrorists are showing their videos on YouTube, when terrorists are receiving billions in ransom payment. This same intelligence that the government has to track individuals suddenly becomes comatose. What does that tell you? That tells anybody who's willing to know that somehow this current government is complicit in terror. Simple. And what the U.S. government is just doing is just a tip of the iceberg. And maybe what the U.S. government has even done actually is to show the money trail, because that one is so easy. Those broad exchange operators, I assure you, they are the minors in this process. They are just acting for the real bosses who are somewhere, those who call the terrorists their brothers, those who call the terrorists prodigal sons. That is who those rascals are acting for. And until we are ready to change these things, we will continue to be overwhelmed by these terrorist elements. Thank you.
But my question, Barrister, is these individuals are close. I mean, with all the monies that have been spent on intelligence gathering given to the Nigerian Intelligence Agency, the DSS, I remember what Issa Pantami did, all of the whole NIN situation, NIN linked to your phone number, NIN linked to your bank accounts, after all the banking measures, everything, the regulation and bureau de change operation and operators. Are you telling me that all this while the Nigerian government did not know that it took the American government to actually highlight all their names? They're situated in Lagos, in Kano, they have different names. Even in Turkey, the president just visited Turkey last month or 2 months thereabout to supposedly seek for a partnership for intelligence gathering for our military and to help us with equipment and whatever digital asset required to combat terrorism and terrorists. And their names are part of those who are involved in links to ISIS, channeling monies and financing with ISIS. So I mean, even in France, we heard about our taxpayers' money, the collaboration the Nigerian government has with France, that they will be the ones to supposedly go on with that project. Our data will be released to these people for all of this exercise. So are we saying that they hadn't found out that these individuals had serious inklings? They have channels. Everything is channeled through these countries mentioned. Or would we say it is the US, as usual, trying to give a bad name to certain countries that have partnership with Nigeria just to supposedly undermine Nigeria's relationship with these countries?
What type of bad name are you talking about? Look at even the man you mentioned, Issa Pantani, that man that was collecting the name and doing all that stuff. Issa Pantami was the imam of the University of Maiduguri Mosque when a riot broke out, when a religious riot broke out, and he was actually the one who even sponsors, how I put it, leading them on with his incantations and his preachings. That is the man that was made the minister of whatever that was now gathering data for what purpose. So the government has the data. They have like I said, they have all the arsenal to intercede, to impede the works of these terrorists. That tells you that if these terrorists are still able to go ahead and communicate effectively, strike and destroy and kidnap at their will, that tells you that this government is complicit. I mean, and they simply can't defend it. If common text message between two people, you say, okay, yes, we know when this man was communicating with this. They even said they knew when PW was making private phone calls. Okay, you know when politicians, when individuals, when opposition members are talking to themselves, but somehow you go deaf when terrorists are communicating. And look at the countries that you mentioned where they go to even collaborate with regards to security. Turkey, of all places.
Yeah.
Erdogan himself has been implicated in all kinds of terrorist activities. I mean, Turkey or Iran, these are the guys that the countries that supply that this government is willing to collaborate with. And you tell us that they don't know what they are doing? No, the people who are in this government are quite intelligent. So when you even see the kind of roles, actions they take, the people they interact with, the people they liaise with in terms of security measures, you realize that yes, they know exactly what they are doing. And then for me, and for most observers, including the U.S. government, it is that they are complicit with these terrorists. Now, this issue of terror, why is it only so much so rampant in Nigeria? In countries where they are serious at addressing terrorism, even countries that are even less endowed than Nigeria, and I'm talking of West African countries, Ghana, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, how come we don't have this abundance of terrorist activities? Because the government has a zero tolerance policy to terror. But in Nigeria, we seem to accommodate them, we integrate them back into our society, into our forces. The other day, a reintegrated or repentant Boko Haram was said to have killed some people in the north. Why wouldn't they kill? Who tell them you can reintegrate these terrorists? This is an ideological disease. And in fact, the only way to reintegrate them is to ensure that they move to meet their God or whatever as soon as possible. Maybe get their 72 virgins. And not when you not bring them back on earth and say they should come back into society. So from even its actions, from the way it tries to address terrorism, the Nigerian government has not shown that it's clean from this menace. And when I'm saying the Nigerian government...
Hello, sir. Barrister Eze. Barrister Eze, are you still with us? All right, let's try and reconnect with Barrister Eze. The call just completely went off. Some Nigerians will say they are not surprised with this revelation. It's something that we've always talked about. And when certain individuals make such statements, you're asked about what evidence you have. In some instances, you may even be arrested. Barrister Eze, we stopped hearing you.
Yes, I'm back here now.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Now, what I'm saying is that right from all the antics, the activities, the kind of interventions they've had and what they've allowed to happen, it is very clear that the government of Nigeria, not the civil servants, I'm talking of the hierarchy, the top echelon, the political leaders, right from the days of Muhammadu Buhari to the current regime of Bola Tinubu, have shown themselves to be very much complicit with terrorist activities. So the revelation by the U.S. government is not surprising. It's expected, and I'm sure they are also giving out signs. They are just mentioning the money train, the money handlers. I mean, once they know who and who to pick for the real crimes. Thank you.
Barrister, just last week, Mr. Ladi Thompson had a YouTube interview with Adiola, one US-based journalist. So in that interview, he revealed quite a lot. And one of the things he said was that $150 million was paid to the United States of America to prevent Trump from directly intervening concerning the insecurity bedeviling the country. And we were gobsmacked because there was a time Nigerians were asking questions. Mr. Trump, I mean, with your 25th of December birthday gift to some persons in Sakwato, we are not seeing a coordinated effort, like consistent, back to back. You're taking your time. And later we heard about 200 American soldiers were in Nigeria, and they were bringing in a lot of hardware equipment for intelligence gathering. We now later heard that they were mapping out certain areas in the northwest, all right? All the volatile areas, they were mapping it out. So they would do a specific precision bombing on the hideouts of these individuals. Then last month, yes, we heard that Mainuki was murdered, was bombed in the enclave in Borno State. We also heard about 22 of them, thereabout, were also taken out through a precision airstrike by the United States of America in collaboration with the Nigerian military. Just yesterday, the United States of America, through Riley Moore and some senators, disclosed that it seems that the genocide in Nigeria is not reducing. It's on the rise, and there seems to be a lackadaisical attitude from the government of the day to actually quell it, and that the Christians are the most persecuted, if anyone could consider. Riley Moore used the opportunity to address Congress that he specifically came to Nigeria, where he went to one of the camps and disclosed all that was, observed, and says it was indeed brutal, diabolic, and terrible. And then he mentioned certain issues that facilitates this. They talked about the illegal mining that some Chinese companies do right here, talked about this ethnic Fulani militia and their terrorist groups that have hibernated in this country for so long that now it feels like they have supposedly become the Nigerian government have become overwhelmed in handling the crisis. So due to this, Barrister, is it surprising to you that we are hearing this update? I was also thinking that beyond this update we're getting, other facilitators of these crimes within our military, that is the Nigerian soldiers, we've heard reports about them having connections with them, as well as the Nigerian police also being involved in all of this. Do you think it's a turn-by-turn explanation or a turn-by-turn revelation? Gradually, they'll get to the higher-up ranking within the presidential cabinet.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I think the first one you mentioned, I don't know who the man is, that was talking about $150 million being paid to whosoever.
Mr. Ladi Thompson, he's a security.
Yeah, we have to be very careful with some of these figures with bandy about. It's not possible. I mean, just take it out of your no such payments will be made to the U.S. government. They have a reporting mechanism by which such monies will be reported. So there's no record of any such payments. Those are just maybe via or rumors. But with regard to the other issues, I mean, the very fact that there were specific bombardment from the U.S. that whether the U.S. brought in some security men, security personnel, or military personnel into Nigeria.
American soldiers.
Yes, now those are true. Those are facts, and they are backed up with logistics from both sides, both from both the U.S. and the Nigerian government. But the reality is this: for how long will we, as a sovereign state, or supposedly as a sovereign state, continue to rely on other foreign governments to come in and help us to address what we can do? I mean, the basic fact is that if this government had any intention to address terrorism and criminality, they know what to do. I mean, let me give you a clear example. El Salvador, under Nayib Bukele, before the young man came into office, the place was a mess. Gangs of criminals were all over, robbing and killing and raping and doing whatever. But when he came in and he built one of the largest prisons in the country, in the world, El Salvador has calmed overnight. But these characters who are ruling us in this country, you can say they've done absolutely nothing. Before Mr. Tinubu came into government, before even Buhari came, the terrorism issue was restricted more to the northeast. But with their coming in the past 10 years, it has metastasized across the country. In the southeast, nowhere is even safe now in this country. And anybody wants any Nigerian to believe that this government does not know what it's doing, or that they're not complicit in all these crimes. And because we have, do you know how many generals we have in this country? We have everywhere. You have AIGs, DIGs, director of this, director of that. They get very huge salaries. Is it that they're useless or they don't know what to do? And the kind of training that this corps of military personnel and security personnel have gone through. Nigeria should not be suffering what we are suffering under these terrorists if the government was sincere in its purpose or its objective to address terrorism. But no, the whole idea of fighting terrorism is with a political slant. And recently we just read that Mr. Bola Tinubu will try to strengthen the cash policy so that they'll be able to catch terrorists.
They want to introduce a cashless policy. Go back to what Buhari tried to do during his administration.
Beautiful. If this government had any clue or had any real intent to address the cash, the stealing or criminality by excess cash or cash liquidity, they could have had an example in the last elections in Ekiti State, where the APC were busy distributing 15,000 to each voter. That would have shown seriousness in addressing criminality due to the lax cash policies. But no, they will wait until maybe a few weeks to the election, then they will now go and attack opposition parties and say, okay, you have 1 billion in your house, you have 100 million in your house. When the government itself, their party members are spending billions in a main state election. So there's a lot of insincerity on the part of Mr. Bola Tinubu and his government. And Nuhu Ribadu has not been, in fact, he has always been, he has gained his rise, his meteoric rise, even from the police to his present position, just by chance. Not that he has shown any intellectual depth. And that's why we're suffering what we're suffering in this instance. There's a recurrent regurgitation of people who have been tried and tested and failed into senior political offices, into senior security offices. And a core example is even the chief of the Minister of Defense. When he was the commander of Operation Latia Dole, what was his record? Was there much progress in the operations up there? So if there was none, why do you now think that as Minister of Defense, General Chris Toba will be able to achieve anything much? So the reality is this government has not shown seriousness in addressing criminality and terrorism. So for as long as they continue now in office, Nigerians have to fend for themselves and think of how they can best protect themselves, because it's getting worse by the day. Thank you.
All right, Barrister, because of this, there's a decentralization system of our policing structure that will be passed by tomorrow. The Nigerian Senate has fixed tomorrow for the passage of the State Police Bill. The lawmakers cut short their recess to consider the bill, which seeks to amend the 1999 Constitution and decentralize Nigeria's policing system in response to worsening security challenges. And the president transmitted an executive version of the bill to the the Senate through a letter dated June 15, 2026, and it may become a very real thing for our state police to become a constitutional requirement and something approved, right, by the federal government. Some persons have said that, yes, this is the beginning of restructuring. By the time you start like this, others have said the governors will not have any excuse anymore to say they cannot combat insecurity, where they give excuses that they need to get a response from Abuja. Secondly, the security votes that they all receive every month, all right, from the FAC. They receive security votes, which obviously there is no accountability, there's no record for it because of insecurity. Maybe that they think they'll start utilizing those security votes and not start diverting the fund. But the governors are also saying that they need special funding. Now that there will be a decentralization of the country's policing system, they need funding for the payment of their salaries and a host of other things that they need to take care of. So, what happens to the security votes fund that these governors receive in taking care of this police? And do we think that this will curb the crime and criminality of kidnapping, banditry, and terrorism activities across the country?
Thank you very much. You see, at times this government will get pedestrian in its announcements. Mr. Tinubu will be sending the police amendment bill or whatever to the Senate. That does not constitute an amendment of the Constitution. For there to be an amendment of the Nigerian Constitution, the 36 states must approve. So far, only the House of Reps has approved. And maybe by tomorrow the Senate will also approve.
The Senate said that they're all representing constituencies, and whatever the senators agree means they're going along with their constituencies. It's also going to be streamed live for everyone to hear and be part of it.
No, Esther, listen. There is a process of amending the Nigerian Constitution. Apart from the Senate and the Federal House of Reps, 2/3 of the 36 states must also approve that change to the Constitution, which means that at least 24 of the 36 states must also vote to accept that amendment of the Constitution before any talk of the state police can come into effect. That's on the technical issue. But the worrisome part of it is even this. When we have had elections and people foisted upon states as governors, who in their mind they know they didn't win any elections, you now make those people to be the people that will be in charge of the police of that state. It's like, can you imagine how an Imo State Police Force under the command of Obuzodima will be? Or even the Ekiti State Police Force under this character that was supposedly elected yesterday will be. So the issue is not even the state police or the issue has gone far beyond that. The issue is now such that there must be local government and community policing. And because at the state level, it's even as bad as in the federal. Because the IG of police is now just doing the billing of Mr. Tinubu. Just like the FCC board, they only prosecute opponents of the government. Those who are in the good books of the government, once you are, according to Mushomole, once you declare for the APC, all your sins are forgiven. So likewise, if you do the same thing in the state, you will now have that same situation whereby those who are in the good books of the governors will become angels. Then all the opposition elements will be dumped in prison on trumped-up charges. So Nigeria has gone far beyond the issue of mere state policing. We need local government policing, we need community policing. We also need the right to bear arms. When I say the right to bear arms, it can never be every dictum must bear arms. But there must be laid down criteria for which just like you need the criteria to go through to have your driver's license or to have your professional license. There should be a criteria whereby individuals can also have access to arms. Because when you have that counterbalance of force, of terror, everybody tends to stick up. So the issue of having state police will certainly not address it. Rather, it will even complicate it more. Like I've told you just now, a lot of state governors know they are there not by virtue of the votes of their population of the state, but just that they were imposed. And having been imposed, they have even brought so much havoc to the state. If you go to like a state like Imo, where I'm talking to you from, ask the people in the state what is the root cause of the violence we've had in the course of the past few years. They have an idea and they will tell you. And since after there was this assurance of the second tenure of the government, everything about terror has almost evaporated. So, will a state police in that context, will it address the issue? The answer is no. But the reality actually should not even be these ad hoc constitutional changes. Some of us have repeatedly voiced the fact that what is holding the Nigerian state down is the 1999 Constitution, which gives so much power, which gives, in fact, it gives heavenly and divine powers to the person sitting in Abuja as the president, whilst giving the local government and the state and the communities, leaving them bereft of any authority. Until we change that kind of system and change the balance of power and make sure that every state, like in any true federation, can stand on its own, we cannot make progress. Look at it in the United States of America. Governors are able to challenge the president. The governor of California is a known critic of the president, and nothing happens. Because everything that Mr. Trump has, Governor Newsom of California also has it. But then there is a sane, just judicial system to ensure that nobody steps on each other's toes. But in a country like ours, in a contraption like ours, where everything is in the powers of one person, and then he now gives to his cronies this power of state police. No, that's not going to be a solution. Thank you very much.
Barrister, Lakwara armed members, that's the Lakwara terrorist group, they reportedly issued new social and religious directives to residents of Zuguruma community. They're actually ordering that girls above the age of 15 should be married off and fixing bride price at 1,500 naira. This occurred during the group's visit to the community just this Sunday. The Lakwara fighters are moving openly through communities in Borugu axis. They're preaching their ideology and threatening residents who refuse to accept their teachings. So it's obvious that that community or that area does not have any government presence. These guys are the ones putting in rules and regulations and constitutions for residents in that particular place to adhere by. They determine how they go to their farms. They determine the girls who will be married off. All of this is what is happening. So if this is made in the open, what has the Nigerian government or the state government decided to do concerning eliminating those individuals and reclaiming those territories that these guys currently now govern?
Thank you very much. It is ironical that in 2013-14, when the APC was trying to push out the government of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, there was so much noise and talk about terrorists controlling 14 local government areas in the northeast of the country, that's Borno and Yobe State. My dear, as of today, terrorists control over 50 local government areas. And I'm talking of in Niger, in Kebbi, in Sokoto, Zamfara, Katsina, Borno, Yobe. And when I say control, they effectively collect taxes from the locals. They are in charge. They give, before you go to your farm, you have to pay these taxes. In fact, they even, like in this instance where the Lakurwa is now determining what is bride price and what is not bride price, they are in effective control. Government is absent. If these same characters in the APC were willing to be telling Goodluck Jonathan to resign and get out of office due to incompetence and cluelessness, then Nigerians should in unison rise up and tell Mr. Bola Tinubu and his cohorts that they should resign and get out of office for incompetence and losing the territorial integrity of Nigeria. Nigeria has gone down the drains. And for anybody who is listening to us now, if you're in that area where the Lakrawa is giving you deadlines, you have one or two, you have one choice. If you want to survive, if you want to be alive, you do what they want to do, or you leave that area because they have taken over that territory of Nigeria. And then we have some people sitting down in Mina as governor of Niger State. We have some people the normal monthly allocation for all the 19 local government areas in Niger State still goes to this chairman or to the governor. Where does the money go to? In all these local government areas where the terrorists have taken over, every month at the fact that the federal allocation meeting, these communities, these states come and collect their full allocations. Where does this money go to? What is the agency doing to track all these funds? Because certainly, you can't be collecting money from a local government area when Lakurawa is busy telling people the bride price they should collect for their daughter. And we're still projecting the image that all is well, that somebody is in control. Even the IG of police, the Minister of Defense, are they not aware of whether to do of Mokwa area? For instance, this like me who served in Kaduna quite a while ago. That was the major route to even go to Kaduna from Lagos. Mokwa and all that access. Now, can you imagine people who have to travel that area, what they go through? How many of them get kidnapped? How many get killed on the road? And yet we have a government that keeps on giving out budget for policing and military. Meanwhile, terrorists are busy telling us at what price we should sell we should give out our daughters. And if you don't give it out at that price, they'll take it by force. So it's so sad that this is allowed to continue. And I just read Mr. Bayo Onanuga's lengthy trash on Twitter, where he was trying to blame Mr. Peter for asking Bola Tinubu to resign.
Exactly.
Making that demand.
And that was the next question I wanted to ask you. He's claiming that the president never promised Nigerians 24 hours electricity supply. That's what Bayo Onanuga is saying. He's denying those claims that his principal promised to provide 24 hours electricity supply to Nigerians. He's also saying that it's a misrepresentation of the words that the president made. He also called Mr. Peter Obi for misrepresenting the statements made by the president. He also disclosed that the system of government and the constitution, the way our constitution is structured, is different from that of the United Kingdom because of the resignation of Keir Starmer. And what's the presidential candidate of the NDC, Mr. Peter Obi, is actually saying that insecurity, unstable and unreliable electricity supply, and worsening economic hardship are clear indices of the fact that Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot govern appropriately, meaning that he has lost the trust of Nigerians and he should resign as soon as possible, because these were the very things he accused former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan of. Bayo Onanuga is coming to dispute all of the things Peter Obi said by helping to reclarify what his principal meant when he made that statement. According to what Bayo is also clarifying, that to justify what his principal said in office, he was talking about the billing, that is the payment of electricity supply through metering, no longer estimated billing, but you pay for what you consume. That was his clarification on what the president said.
Thank you very much. I think one of one side must be very extremely foolish or senile.
Okay, Barrister, we should be careful of certain words we use on national radio, please.
No, I'm sorry, I'm coming. One side, because it's either the Nigerians who saw and watched and heard Mr. Bola Tinubu promise us that he would deliver 24-hour uninterrupted power supply.
The videos are everywhere.
Yes. So it's either the Nigerians who saw those things as senile and foolish, or Mr. Bayo Onanuga himself is the one who said that. And I sure bet you that Nigerians are not stupid. So we cannot tell us that what we saw is not what we saw, or that what we heard is not what we heard. My only blame is that somebody like Mr. Peter Obi is only waking up to this reality to make this demand very, very much late in the day. Some of us knew of this, even right from before Mr. Tinubu was inaugurated, that we will be in this mess. That's why some of us have been vehemently opposed to his entry into the office, to his continued stay, because we know this man, I don't know, this is a public media, yes. But the reality is he has no business in government, and it is in the best interest of Nigeria and even the West African region that Mr. Bola Tinubu resigns and gets out of office as soon as possible. Thank you.
All right, Barrister, thank you. We'll also have our conversation. Just to kind of stay with us online while we'll take a very short break. We need to pay the bills, and we'll be right back.
Lagos, are you ready for an overflow like never before?
It's the Interdenominational Hour of Revival Lagos and the Ministers, Leaders and Business Conference.
Hosted by Bishop David Abioye, get set for a divine encounter with the theme Exceeding Grace.
Grace that breaks limits, grace that lifts you higher, grace that changes your story.
Date Thursday 25th to Friday 26th June 2026.
Time 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. daily.
Venue, the Grand Jour Event Center, 17 Billings Way, Oregun, Ikeja, Lagos.
This is your moment for supernatural advancement, your moment for kingdom empowerment.
Ministers, leaders, business minds, step into your next level by grace.
Don't just hear about it, be there and experience it live. Hour of Revival Lagos, Exceeding Grace. Don't miss it.
You are listening to the number one station, the Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
House dey dark and NEPA bill dey choke. E dey worry you as e dey affect your business. So no turn don come. Imagine say you wake up for morning, light no shake, fridge don block, business no get wahala, everything dey okay. No be dream o. With Yohaku, na you dey control your light. Yohaku dey sell gas cooker, freezer, fridge, and dem go furnish you with modern kitchen o. Whether na inverter, batteries, panels, smart street lights, be na solar AC system wey you wan use for house, business, abi for industrial work, Yohaku stand chim to help you. Bye to NEPA bill o. No wait till transformer go spoil again o. Oh yeah, run call Yohaku for 070-121-30260 or 080-324-82573, or you fit to call 080-669-60066. For Lagos, we there for shop F1179 industrial section, or Alaba International Market, or shop G6 electronic section, Alaba International Market, Headline, Ute Ubochi Plaza, Abuja office na Corporate 13, Dubai International Market, back of Games Village, Karo District for Abuja. For Port Harcourt, we there for number 51, Oporo Road, Eziowa Elite Trade Center for River State. Yohaku website na www.yohakuproducts.com. Online store na www.yohakustore.com. Yohaku, from sun to earth, we dey make your mind dey cool.
To the city's number one super dial, Voice of the People 90.3 FM, Lagos.
We are choosing for God's glory. We are heavenly candidate. We are chosen by Master Jesus. We are the choice of God.
The Lost Chosen Charismatic Revival Ministry specially invites you to the Miracle Crusade titled "And the Enemy Submitted." And the Enemy Submitted. Ministering Pastor Lazarus Smoker, founder and general overseer.
Whatever the enemy or the problem you have, that problem has a name. That problem must submit.
Coming up live on Saturday the 27th and Sunday the 20th of June 2026 by 8 a.m. each day at the Chosen Revival Ground along the Shoulder Papa Expressway, Jesha, Lagos, Nigeria. The Lord is said to execute the submission of all your enemies in marriage, health, business, academics, social and spiritual life. And the enemy is submitted. Come and be blessed. Jesus is Lord.
All right, welcome back. This is the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Wachuku. We're currently streaming live on YouTube. If you want to virtually be part of the conversation anywhere you are in the world, so you're not left out on what we are discussing this evening, I still have Barrister Eze Eriche joining us via the telephone. He's a political and social affairs commentator. Barrister, thank you for staying with us via the telephone. We appreciate your patience.
Thank you very much.
All right, so Barrister Eze, so here is the situation on ground. Mr. Sunday Igboho has been called out by the Arewa group. They're saying that he ought not to give the ultimatum that he did, and that no investigation had been concluded on the recent kidnapping that made him give an ultimatum to the Fulanis in the Igboho community within 78 hours or 72 hours to produce the woman that was kidnapped, and that he had no right to conclude that those who kidnapped the woman were Fulanis. They made mention of the fact that it could cause anarchy, and that was an act of terrorism, and that if they also go about murdering other ethnic groups around just because of what is going on in the country, either through protection, it would dissolve the state of harmony in the country. Mr. Sunday Igboho also said that he was going to kill any Yoruba person found to be conniving with these terrorists in kidnapping their own people. He made that statement at the palace. Now, these Fulanis are calling out the federal government to contain Sunday Igboho, or he be addressed as a terrorist, because these were the same statements that were made by Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, and now he is in Sokoto prison. That there's no difference between what Igboho is doing, that, you know, he should not be sentenced. So at this point in time, they're asking him to make sure he he stops that statement, and that the Nigerian government should contain him, and that no individual has any right to act as a non-state actor when there are constitutional roles assigned to certain people to carry out what Sunday Igboho supposedly is carrying out, and that he doesn't have any right to conclude that it was Fulani people who kidnapped those women. What's your reaction to this?
Well, thank you very much. You see, when some of us were warning that Mr. Tinubu's regime was getting too clannish, too nepotistic, too ethnic, almost exposing the signs of a bigoted regime, the consequences are now beginning to play out. The reality is this: when you have the president is from the southwest, Yoruba; when you have the general of police, is Yoruba; when you have the chief justice of Nigeria, is Yoruba; when you have the EFCC chairman, is Yoruba; you have the attorney general of the federation, also Yoruba; and you have the director of the DSS, Yoruba. Virtually everybody in the security apparatus who are in line to checkmate the rascality of this Sunday Igboho is from the same ethnic group. And then it's exemplary hypocrisy that this same regime, the Attorney General Atikabemi, was gratefully parading himself in the prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu for what we are all witnessing Sunday Igboho, and everybody's keeping quiet. The politics keeping quiet. I mean, for how long does this president or this character think this thing will last? Where you have silence, I mean, it's like silence is not justice is not the absence of criminals. When you do not checkmate criminals at this stage, I wouldn't be surprised if overnight Sunday Igboho blows out and becomes even a terrorist himself, because it's already showing the inclination, the sign of being a terrorist. And this government has remained mute. Not even one word from either the police or the DSS. I mean, that is the danger. That's why even in the Nigerian constitution, the issue of federal character was built in. But in his belief that he's the all-knowing, he can get away with whatever he does, Mr. Tinubu does not give a damn. He continues to reel out appointment after appointment to settle the so-called ethnic lineage. But at the cost of what? At the cost of national unity? At the cost of national cohesion? Is it going to be worth it? I mean, I hope that they don't begin to kill Fulanis or Northerners in the southwest, sequel to Igboho's so-called address, because that would be very, very dangerous. That does not spell good for the polity. A situation whereby an individual can just wake up and start threatening the lives of even his own tribesmen that he claims are working with the Fulanis.
But Barrister, you do know that in the case of the Oyo abduction, it's found out that the person who masterminded the abduction of those teachers and the peoples was somebody who is resident in that community. He knows the terrain very well. And if, like you said, the right institutions are meant to protect the people are not functioning properly. I mean, you have those Oyo children. It's almost a month or more than a month now, still in the forest, in the hands of these terrorists. And individuals are left with no choice but to start protecting themselves. The DSS DG, Mr. Adiola Ajayi, actually told Nigerians that the military and the Nigerian police cannot be everywhere. Start protecting yourselves. Mr. Daniel Boala went on a Monitor television program and made the same statement that every Nigerian has the right to defend themselves. In other words, if you know that the police or the military cannot come to your aid, please defend yourself. So what is the difference with these statements made from official quarters to what Sunday Igboho is doing?
No, what Sunday Igboho has said is that he will kill some
people who are conniving with these terrorists and abducting their people.
Well, he is not a judge, he's not a court, so he cannot decide or determine. Well, at least we should still be pretending we're in a society where there is rule of law. So you can't just decide from your corners of your room who to kill and who not to kill. Because otherwise, that is now a state of anarchy. You start wondering, why do we have all these thousands of soldiers and senior officers of both the police, army, and everything being paid by public funds, when an individual can decide who to kill and who not to kill? So my only worry is this: there has been complete silence again on the part of government. Nobody's even uttering a word against the utterances of Mr. Sunday Igboho. When it was the time of Nnamdi Kanu, the military was busy raising up all kinds of military formation, Operation Crocodile Tears, Operation this, Operation that, to kill innocents in the southeast. But now it is happening, and there's palpable silence. The world is taking notes. Nigerians are taking notes. But we hope that this thing is addressed and nipped in the bud before it gets worse. Thank you very much.
Oh well, but Barrister, as you well know, the Fulani leaders have not outrightly come out to condemn the atrocious activities of these elements. Okay, ever since there's been a sporadic uprising of the activities across the country, and that's where the fear is coming from. The Sultan of Sokoto has not really come out to actually condemn the acts of these guys and actually call for active punishment or punitive measures. And then you also have instances, okay, where you have Sheikh Gumi almost supposedly sympathizing with these elements by saying that there should be an extension, especially for those who repented. So when you have such utterances from these well-known superior individuals within that ethnic group, how do you expect Nigerians to view them?
Thank you very much. Well, you see, the problem we're having is we're trying to make a blanket condemnation of the people. Fulanis, please, there won't be less than 5-10 million Fulanis in Nigeria. And I have some very close Fulani friends who I know are gentlemen who are not even, who are ashamed by the antics or the activities of these criminal elements. There are criminal elements, there are terrorist elements in virtually every ethnic group in Nigeria, even among the Igbos. There's some criminals and there's some terrorists.
Yes.
Like in the Yorubas, among the Benin. So, but we should refrain, we must refrain from total condemnation of an ethnic group. That does not help us in any way, because it is better that we even allow 10 guilty people to go free than to punish or kill one innocent. That is why the lack of proper policing, the lack of proper intelligence activities, the lack of proper military activities by the police, the DSS, and the military is most dangerous for our polity. They should get up and do what they should do so that this issue of condemning an entire ethnic group must be stopped. And I can assure you, do not break the actions of their so-called leaders with the people. It's just like saying the governor of my state represents me. When you know that, and that is how it's all over Nigeria. Most of these so-called leaders are on their own. They don't have any relationship with the majority of the people. You are talking of the Sultan of Sokoto. How does he even relate with most of the Fulanis who we know? They don't relate. It's even there, and at the very top, there is no difference between all this. They have a nexus with all these other tribes. Those who are ruling us are not bothered. They're not at loggerheads with themselves. But they try to create a situation whereby the Nigerians, the ordinary Nigerians, the professionals will begin to have schisms with themselves. When at the top echelon, they are all buddies, they are all friends. So we must resist that. That is why we call upon the police authorities and the military and security agencies to do the needful. Need these criminals in, but fish them out. Because in most of, even in the southwest, wherever you see these Fulanis operating, I am very, very certain that you have one or two locals who are participating, who are collaborating with them. That is what we have also come to see in the southeast. Because at times, with the effusion of time, this criminality becomes a business.
Yes.
And some people who are heartless want to even key in and be part of the profit. That is why all relevant government agencies should do the needful to call it, to stop it, and nip it in the bud. Is it the EFCC that should be tracking how this ransom money gets paid and spent, or the police and the DSS? They should get up and do their work. But, my dear, we can't begin to suspect every Yoruba or every Fulani around.
You're right, Barrister. There was, thank God, somebody almost lost his life. I heard a soldier was mobbed. They thought he was a terrorist, because these terrorists wear military camouflage or military fatigue. They use stones, and even when the guy was trying to say that he is not an off-site soldier, he's a real soldier, he's not a terrorist, they didn't listen. Thankfully, we heard he was rushed to the hospital. He did not die, but I don't know if he would have had any brain incursions because they were throwing big stones at him. This situation has led to paranoia, where you see mob action before questions are asked, especially if somebody has a hunch or is just suspicious of movements or certain persons and all of that. It's quite unfortunate that we have gotten to this point, in Nigeria. Barrister, we've heard that the British.
Before you move on, somebody like me, for instance, I did most of my education in the southwest. I served and worked a lot in the north. I mean, I have gone around this country and I've seen that these lies that the leaders are trying to peddle is false. Nigerians don't have any problems with themselves, and we should be able to stay together. But it's that when the people that should be guarding us from these criminals are not doing their job, that's when we have problems. So it's really sad, like you said.
Yes. The United Kingdom's Deputy Chief of Defense Staff for military strategy and operations is currently in Nigeria. His name is Lieutenant General Sir Charlie Collins. He arrived Maiduguri in Borno State, and one of the necessities of his visit is a part of effort to support the Nigeria's ongoing campaign against terrorism and strengthen regional security cooperation. So the plan is to see how they can work together, learn some tactics, fighting tactics, intelligence gathering, and advance bilateral defense relations. So they're welcoming him to Nigeria. Is this do you think this is a good call? I mean, we're now actively seeing some partnership with these countries that Nigeria supposedly has good diplomatic ties with.
Well, sadly for some of us who have observed the antics of this colonial overlord for quite a while, we're not really impressed by what countries like France or Britain are doing in Africa. I mean, the Sahel countries in West Africa saw through this scam, and they're able to kick out the British and the French, and they're making their own way. But now in Nigeria, when you hear this, whatever you call him, the chief of staff or whatever, coming into Nigeria, I mean, I get worried. It's a cause of worry. Because when I realized that it was even this same British and the EU authorities that fed this nonsense of rehabilitation and reintegration into the Nigerian system, and that our government has now keyed into. When in their own countries, they have zero tolerance for terrorists. They have absolutely zero tolerance for terrorists. But in Nigeria, these same countries, the same chief of army staff you are talking about, who came in from Britain, who does not tolerate terrorism in his country, the same EU officials, they'll come and tell us how to cohabit with our killers, and we'll listen to them. So when we hear such things as they are going to whatever, I mean, for me, it's even a source of worry. It's a source of worry, because if you look at their dissidents, there is so much linkage between, for instance, France and Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Proven linkage. So I mean, and I don't. And when you also look at the track record of the British, I mean, it's not that palatable. So I'm not impressed by what they are trying to do. But the foreign authorities, I can even say yes, they may have some positive notes or positive intentions. It's the United States government under Donald Trump. But for the British government that was celebrating the victory of the Ekiti State
elections, yes.
The Nigerians saw the horrific, terrible, scandalous election process, and a foreign government is congratulating the governor. And you want us to now appreciate that when they have good intention for Nigerians? Come on, give us a break. I mean, we have to begin to think and ask ourselves, who are our friends? You don't tell somebody who his friend is. From your activities, from your actions, from what you do, it is easy to discern. And not when you blow hot in the daytime, and in the night you go and collaborate with these killers, and you're helping. Most of the northern oligarchs who sponsor the terrorists have multi-mansions in the UK, and they're protected. The system knows it. The system knows that these millions of dollars that get stolen from Nigeria passes through London banks, and nobody's trying to stop them. And then you come around and tell us you are going to Borno to do what? To do what are you going to do in Borno? I mean, I don't think much possible will come from such. And I'm being very frank with that. This is what I say, this is what I write. Thank you very much.
All right, Barrister, finally, before I let you go, the Department of State Services has closed its case against the former Kaduna State Governor, Mr. Nasir El-Rufai, in the ongoing alleged wiretapping trial before the Federal High Court in Abuja. So at the resumed hearing today, the prosecuting counsel, Mr. Oluwole Alade Doye, informed the court that the prosecution would not be calling further witnesses in the matter, prompting the formal disclosure of the DSS case. So far, El-Rufai's case has been postponed until September, and they refused him bail. The defense sought 2 weeks to file the application, while the prosecution requested 2 weeks to respond, and also applied for a variation of some of the bail conditions earlier granted. So they're saying that the whole situation is stringent and difficult to meet. So as it stands now, there are talks that all of this is deliberate to stall him from participating in any political activity up until after the elections have been conducted. What's your take on this?
Thank you very much. I don't know the details of the trial going on but I have heard
It's
that
about the
I've read that
wiretapping and statement made.
Yes.
Yesterday, Mr. Deji Adeyanju served as a witness against El Rufai. And where he made a statement about the wiretapping, said they're listening to the NSA's conversation. So that's the case. They postponed till September, and no bail.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, it is strange that what is being prosecuted, El Rufai is being prosecuted for the wiretapping of Ribadu's whatever. And I think I watched that comment he made that yes, they have it has ways of listening in and all that stuff, which is neither here nor there, because they don't know whether it was the Holy Spirit that was ministering to him. I mean, he has his ways, of course. But spirits work in mysterious ways. But the sad thing is this: we are in a country where terrorists are kidnapping children in their hundreds. In a country where millions of naira are paid on a daily basis as ransom to terrorists, and we have the security empire to checkmate these things, and they're not acting. The same Nuhu Ribadu's office, NSA, the DSS that is prosecuting Madam El Rufai and co. are not able to locate where over 40 children are. More than a month after they've been kidnapped, hundreds of village people have been kidnapped and taken away, and they're not able, but they're able to bring somebody to justice, to court, that he was tapping into a phone. Come on. I mean, that's why when people conclude that this government is complicit in terrorism, you understand what they're talking about. Because if you can know how somebody can wiretap your phone, but you can't know where you can locate 40 children and their teachers. You can't know where to locate whole villages who are kidnapped. You cannot preempt terrorist attacks. You cannot see when 1,000 motorcycles are moving to an operation. You cannot prevent the killings in Yelewata. You cannot prevent the killings of about 200 Christians in Yelewata. You cannot prevent the continuing genocide against Christians. And you shamelessly bring a case of wiretapping against the phones of the NSA to court. And in the same system we're talking about, the judge refuses to. In fact, the bail conditions is laughable. The bail condition was that people, civil servants of grade level 17, who must have houses in Asokoro and Maitama. Any civil servant of that level who has houses in those areas is a criminal. Any civil servant who has houses in Asokoro and Maitama, because houses there go for the range of not less than 700 million. Empty land, 700 million I'm talking about. So then a house is over $1 billion. So any civil servant who has houses in those areas are criminals, and none would show up. So what the judge has done in this case is virtually to say, I'm going to keep you, I will not grant you bail. And this is a bailable offense. This is a man who was given bail to go for his mother's burial, and he did not disappear. This is a man who is known, who came back, despite he knew he would be arrested. He still came back into the country. And the court said they will not give him bail. Of course, it's a political witch hunting. And it's a shame that increasingly, our judiciary is reducing themselves to the state of being used for mere political issues. I mean, it's quite sad. As somebody who has had this legal training for about 35 years, it's a shame. Because at times you begin to wonder, when we become lawless, do these characters think of if tomorrow the shoe changes the leg to somebody else wears the shoes? What will happen to the system? What will happen to Nigeria? I mean, we do things as if we don't ask ourselves, if it was me, what would happen? How will I feel if it is me? We don't just simply ask that question. It's so sad. The whole idea is to keep Mr. El Rufai out of circulation until whenever they finish the elections.
Yes.
Until whenever they finish the rigging process. Because from what has happened in Ekiti now, it is clear that the votes are not meant to count. We saw the pictures of votes being distributed to party members to go and vote.
Uncollected card PVCs.
Yes. Good. We saw pictures of monies exchanging hands. People are even coming to
vote buying.
Yes. And this character who comes to serve the INEC chairman will shamelessly come out and tell us about his plans for a free and fair election. So Nigeria should just realize that, look, yes, we should all have our PVCs, but we should have a plan B. Because these characters who are ruling us will want to play the same gimmicks, play the same scam, and then we also know the countries that will tell them that, okay, we have a wonderful result. Continue. And Nigeria should be ready, and then we can't continue in this way. That's the bottom truth. We cannot sustain Nigeria if this thing continues for a day beyond 2027. Thank you very much.
Barrister Esther Elichek, I sincerely do appreciate you for your honesty and your clear, precise breakdown in giving us your interpretation based on the questions posed at you. We sincerely do appreciate you, and we appreciate your impact, Barrister Esther.
It's always my pleasure, but we also know that those who fail to track the phones of the terrorists know where whose phones to track. But it's well, we'll be well. Thank you very much.
Barrister Esther, do have yourself a wonderful evening.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a wow. I mean, like, addresses of terrorist financiers in Nigeria, Lagos, they put the phone, they put the passport identification number, they put the location, the company that he operates, two of them in Lagos, Agege to be precise, and also in Kano. In Lagos, he has two outlets, or will I say one resident at Agege, and maybe the office is at Ikeja. Two different outlets and two different bureau de change companies. And it tells you that if the Nigerian government actively wants to expose these guys, they would. They know what to do. There's a lot of money that goes on into intelligence gathering. The Nigerian Intelligence Agency. Let me tell you guys something you don't know. How far the Nigerian government went to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to this country to face trial. Nnamdi Kanu was invited for a meeting. I heard they used a woman to bring him to Kenya. While he was in Kenya, when they caught him, they actually wanted to murder him. He was in a vehicle. They wanted to set that vehicle on fire. Do you know that up till now, the Kenyan government said they were not aware of how Nnamdi Kanu was taken from Kenya down to Nigeria? They claimed they were not aware, but they were officials. Airport officials, all right, the private jets. I mean, they deliberately tracked Nnamdi Kanu from all the things he was saying in the UK up until how they were able to work, funnel money, invited him to Kenya, and then eventually they brought him back. The picture we saw when they caught him, he didn't seem lucid. It's like they injected him with something, before they brought him back. So it tells you that if the government of the day wants to be precise and accurate in tackling insecurity, they would. With the way they went about Nnamdi Kanu bringing him back to Nigeria, it tells you that the government knows what to do when they want to do it. Maybe there is selectivity in how they are handling it. It's quite unfortunate, to be honest with you. It's quite unfortunate because I mean the style that the NIA went to get Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria, you think it was an American movie, and we're like, so the Nigerian government is capable of doing covert operations through, they didn't even do it through Interpol. It was very covert. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to get your reactions on this program. Quite an incisive, expository situation ongoing. We do pray that all of this will be exposed by the very special grace of God. It's time for us to get your reaction. Before I call the numbers, I want to say a special thank you to Mr. O. Yes, he sent me something for my birthday. God bless you. Thank you. God will enlarge your coast, enrich your pocket, and whatever it is you desire, God will grant it to you. So, Mr. O, thank you so much. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. That is the WhatsApp number to send your messages to. 0817-1756-338. 338. That's the WhatsApp number. And then the number to call is 080-3692-9933. Please go straight to the point, and so that we can take as many calls and messages this evening. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome. What's your name?
My name is Be Good. I'm calling from First Start Town.
Mr. De Good, is this your first time of calling?
Yes, this is my first time of
Welcome,
calling.
sir. Welcome. Thank you so much.
All right, Esther, please, a quick one. I want to ask one.
Sir, can you turn down the volume of your radio?
Okay. Just
turn down the volume of your radio, please.
Let me do that.
You haven't done that? Hello?
My question is this.
Yes.
You people are telling us, get your PVC, get your PVC. That's not a problem. As we get our PVC, for instance.
Hello? Oh. call has gone off. Hello, good evening. Hello? What's happening? No. These calls, Abi, Ogene. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, welcome. What's your name?
My name is Prince Eze.
Prince Eze. Calling from where, sir?
From Ijegun.
From Ijegun. Prince Eze, is this your first time?
I have been calling.
Okay, thank you for calling in, sir. Please turn off the volume of your radio.
I'm doing everything quick. What I want to speak is about this insecurity.
Prince Eze, turn down the volume of your radio very quickly, please. Hello?
Hello, you hear me again?
Yes, I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
What I want to say is that about this insecurity.
Yes.
And our election. Insecurity will cause us not to do election next year. Everybody knows, because those INEC people, they will go, more especially in the north, they will go and kidnap them and bombs everywhere. Even in our side, this Lagos, Boko Haram, there we know. We just they pretend. Our security people know.
Sir, let me shock you that when elections come, there will be no insecurity. It happened during Buhari's time. Can you remember?
Yes, sir.
During Buhari's administration, we thought the same thing, and elections went on, even in remote areas.
It is over 10 times than Buhari own. What are you talking? We just pretending inside this Nigeria. This is not going well. We know. Everybody know. Our government know. Our House of Reps know. Senators know. But they never touch their people. That's why they leave people. Look at all those children were there for Oyo State. How many of them are now? But one thing we know that the day we do the governor's cousin or something, they bring back those people in 2 days' time. Then everybody know. What I want to say that we can. Nigeria, we extend this our election to Easter. Let America come help us for insecurity first, because without this thing, things gonna go awkward every blessed day. Everybody knows. Look at every blessed day, people gonna slaughter like chicken. It's not good.
All right, Prince Eze, thank you so much for calling. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
Sister, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Pastor Ifeanyi, calling you from Ijagamo.
Pastor Ifeanyi from Ijagamo. Welcome, sir.
Yeah. God bless you.
Please go ahead. Hello?
Thank you for the good work you are doing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. You see, what I want to say is that concerning this, what our barrister have said this evening, God will bless him. He has talked a lot and he has lectured us a lot. And we thank God that such people are still existing in this country, and God will continue to strengthen them. You see, what I want to contribute is that just like he have said concerning this security issue, now they could be able to identify all those, they could be able to know where RFI is doing whatever it is doing, but they could not be able to attract all those people all these bandits that are killing innocent people unnecessarily. But other things that if you cough now, they will know where you are. But all those terrorists, they don't know where they are. They just leave them, discussing with them. It's terrible. It's terrible. During the time of election now, election will hold in all those areas. But why can't them now rectify it now? After they have killed all those innocent people, then in the time of election, they will go and do election in those areas.
Hello?
So they will tell them not to run away, that the election is going to hold there. Well, God will help us. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. If you're going to be calling on WhatsApp, kindly make sure that you have a good internet. All right, so we're not seeing skips ongoing there. 08036929933. That's the number. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Turn down the volume of your radio very quickly, please.
I will do so.
Turn down the volume of your radio.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Austin. I'm calling from Ago.
Mr. Austin, welcome.
Yeah. The issue, I want to talk about issue of security. So the issue of security is that the Nigeria is, the area I'm seeing, looking at it is that as at now, Nigeria is so volatile, every area, especially when Igboho was saying that, yes, I want to single-handed do this. Yes, what we are expecting as the Nigeria have to support him. Okay, if you can do this, okay, the networking and the police and everything, they join together, not to accuse him as a terrorist. He's not a terrorist. You cannot, a criminal that wipe out a whole community, and you fold your hand to do so. No, that is so bad. So, and if he said I should do so, but I was even expecting that, okay, the police have to call him, how do we do? How can you go? How can you do it? Then they will now support him.
Yeah.
You cannot expect, you can't expect, say, okay, to say name him as a criminal. No, it's wrong. So that is number one. Number two, the issue of voting. Yes, we can vote. Can't you example of Ekiti? No amount of PVC you will have. They have an agenda. They have each agenda on their own. Imagine they don't even hide it anymore. They don't hide it anymore. They vote buying. When you line up, they say, share you money to be voting. I mean, it's a criminal act, and which is not.
Oh, sorry, sir. Hello?
Because I will call you later. I'll call you later.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for calling. Somebody sent a message and said that something is happening in Oshodi between officials and Malam, those that carry goods for a fee. A mandate, they've been given a mandate to wear uniform was enforced, but the Malams refused, and that this has affected businesses because no Malam agrees to carry goods for customers. This is Mr. Oti, who is an eyewitness of the above incident, and that closing the market is unwarranted because nothing concerns the traders. It is well. 08036929933. That's the number. 08036929933. And the WhatsApp number is 081717563338. Hello.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Robert. I am calling you from Apapa. Esther. Today,
Sir?
I listened to a victim of terrorism from another radio station. I was baffled, honestly, Esther. According to the guy, he said there are two countries. One, this one that one in the bush, that there are hundreds of Fulani herdsmen in the bush, that they kidnap him from his farm. Even the tractor, that they kill him in his presence like this. That his mother paid 50 million. And those guys were requesting for another 50 million again. That he stayed in the bush for almost 50 days.
Jesus.
It was God that, Esther, if you listen to that thing, you see, all this thing that we are talking about, honestly, let us pray that it does not happen to us. Oh, I'm telling you, there are a lot of people that have been kidnapped that does not even have ransom to pay, that they have killed in the bush. Some have spent. You see, death does not mean anything to these people. My worry is this: after these people have committed this heinous crime, Esther, then you apprehend them. Somebody will be telling you, you will give them chance to repent again. You want to integrate them to the society. Esther, go to Facebook or maybe TikTok, go and check how they keep people. These people, they don't have mercy. They don't care. Maybe you are a kid, you are an adult. So far, what they want is money. If you don't bring the money, they will kill you. But another problem is that maybe we have telecommunication. As I'm calling you now, if MTN want to track me, they can track me now, Abby.
Yes.
These people, they operate through POS, they operate through bank, they are on TikTok, they can be tracked. I'm telling you, they have agents everywhere. They have informers that give them information. Somebody should not just say, the military are not doing it. No. How many places can the military cover? You know, so the guy said,
from is it Ekiti? They kidnap him. They take all the way to Kogi State on the bush. Over 30 days they were. If you listen to that in Esther, you will be afraid to even move from where you are. Honestly, that is the truth. I just pray that this thing should end, though.
Mr. Robert, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate it. You need to know how I modulate my movement, man. Kai God. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Well, I'm fine. What's your name?
It is Mark.
Mark, welcome. Please go ahead. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Napaja.
All right, Mark, please go ahead.
Yeah, so first of all, I think we need to pick our course, Esther. It's a plea. Okay, I'm begging you. We need to pick our course. Do you understand?
You said what, sir?
I said you need to pick our course more often.
I don't understand. What do you mean by that? I don't get.
You see, Esther, Mr. Darlington, especially, cannot be coming on this. This is a national radio. Everybody is listening. Cannot be coming on this radio, on this platform, misinforming the public.
But you know, it was not Barrister Darlington that spoke this evening, Mr. Mark. It was Barrister Ezeluchi.
I'm just saying that I've tried. I called him. My call came in, but we're not picking up the call.
That means that means there was also another call. Mr. Mark, see, please just go to the conversation now. Talk what you want to talk today.
Let me land on this point. I have observed Esther. There are some callers that as soon as their call comes in, they pick it up.
Mr. Mark, so we have some people who call on WhatsApp and some people who call on normal calls. If you're calling on a normal call and there is a call on WhatsApp, how do you expect me to pick your own call at the same time? So it happens to be that as you're calling and someone else is talking, I didn't pick, another call now comes in and I maybe pick the person's call. So I do WhatsApp and I do normal call. That's how I do it. Do you understand now?
Let's move ahead, Esther.
No, I'm supposed to ask you to move ahead because when you call in, you take time and you don't focus on what you want to call in, and very soon your time will expire.
I am particular about Mr. Darlington coming and respond to people, and we won't have the time to respond to him. We need to respond to all that misinformation. Honestly speaking, they're coming here using the platform and getting away with all this information without anybody rebutting it.
All right, Mr. Mark, what aspect of the information was a misinformation that you want to clarify?
Last week, Monday, Thursday, I couldn't call him.
Okay, Mr. Mark, can you quickly go to the aspect where you want to clarify very quickly because the time is going?
It seems as if your guests, majority of the guests, just like that in competition.
Mr. Mark, you just complained about Barrister. Talk on what he said and clarify it now. Don't waste time. Your time is going.
Esther,
sir,
if I should ask your guest tonight, who created ISIS? Who created Al Qaeda? The terrorist that is terrorizing the Western Africa, that's terrorizing everybody across the nation, across the world. Who was responsible for the creation of terrorists in the world? Can your guest sincerely...
Mr. Mark, what are you talking about? Are you talking about creation of the terrorist acts affecting this country? Where is your point? See, I will soon cut you up because you're taking time and you've not headed anywhere. You've not made any point. You've not clarified anything. That's the issue I have with you.
Bedeviled by terrorism in Nigeria. Your guest was talking about like the government trying to form partnership with some foreign countries that are ready to help us. But he's contesting that. Do you understand? So he wants his darling United States to do everything. But the news is that the United States, they are already here. Even their foot soldiers, they are here. And you can see that they've already conducted some airstrikes in the Northwest, in the Lake Chad Basin. And they are already, Marco Rubio, last month, when he was addressing the U.S. Committee on Foreign Affairs, do you understand? On African affairs, he said that the U.S.
Mark, the guest did not damn America's intervention. He just said we shouldn't rely on these guys.
What did he say about the UK partnership?
He said we shouldn't rely. Obviously, he says these guys are elements that like to siphon funds from us, and that most times it's just a charade. But which you know, Mark, you know this.
What did he say about the US partnership?
Okay, Mark, bye bye. You have exhausted your time. So when you call in and you want to pass across a point, you start immediately. If people will say I've given you more airtime this evening, you came in and said Barrister Darlington is misinforming the public. You did not state exactly what you wanted to address on what he said. Then you complained that I should always pick calls. I explained that part. Then you Mark, hey Chineke now. The Lord is with you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Yes,
What's your name, please?
My name is Olabimo from Manamanga.
Mr. Ola, welcome. Hold on, please.
Okay.
Hold on, sir. Please, let me sort out something. Sandra, please, what's that noise? Hello, sorry, please. There was a noise. I needed to verify what was happening. Good evening. What's your name?
Okay. My name is Olabimo from Mazamaza.
Mr. Ola, welcome. Thank you for being patient. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to make comment on the barrister's issue he was saying about insecurity and everything. Actually, he made a very good point, like analyzing everything properly. And I just want to to say to the public that the insecurity has different dimensions, and we have to hit this thing on the nail, because if we don't do that, it's going to really hit deep into our society. And one thing we need to understand: this thing is starting one day. It has started decades, years. We never did anything about it, and we didn't take it so serious. And that is why we are having this thing today. A nation wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. It took several decades, several years for countries to achieve whatever they've achieved. It also takes countries to destroy. It takes them years to destroy a country. So I just feel we should, as a new generation, should wake up to see that this thing, if we don't tackle this thing, heads on, it's going to really sink this nation. And I pray that God will help us get a new generation that will help us fight this thing heads on. Thank you very much. And again, sorry, do you know what you would do to sorry for calling to Mr. Mike? Just invite him to your studio.
Mr. Mark, he's going to pay money. He's going to pay money.
The day Mr. Darlington will be in the studio, maybe Monday or Thursday.
He'll pay money for that appearance. So
we'll be glad to hear him, Mr. Darlington.
All right, Mr. Ola, have yourself a wonderful evening.
Yeah, you too.
All right, bye. 08036929933. That's the number. Hello, good evening. Hello, sir. Welcome. How are you? Sir. Sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How's everything?
Well, God, we call they catch me for here.
My name is Mr. Banker from Badagry.
All right, welcome, sir.
Please, I want to give you an assignment.
Please do, sir.
I hope you carry the assignment very serious.
Okay, sir.
Help me dial and call our beloved president.
Okay.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And tell him that there is God who... God is the creator of heaven and earth. Tell him that I said there is God who... You should remember God who... The innocent blood that have been shed in this country without him considering it. There is God who, when God turns his back on somebody, there is that danger ahead of him. Help me tell him that I said there is God who. God will judge everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I don't hear you, sir. So, yes, journalists used to have numbers of the president. Then he was not the president. He was a senator. We could have his number. But if you dial that number now, they go through. They go through again. Too. So, but I believe that his aides are listening, all right, to the conversation, sir. 08036929933 and the WhatsApp number is 081717563338. Hello, good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio.
Toro.
Sir, good evening.
Hello?
Sir?
Toro.
Is this Pasquilo?
Yes, to
Pasquilo, boom boom, I miss you. How are you doing?
My sister, we thank God. How are you doing?
You see us here now. Welcome.
Sir, I beg you. I take Almighty God beg you. See this mark and AB. When we call itself AB, no adaptation. Tell AB, tell Mark, tell Tinubu AB, Mark, say as that man talk now, God is watching. Oh. God will judge everybody. Everything we are doing anything we are doing in this earth, it no finish here. Oh. At AB, they give AB money, they give Mark money. People they cry now.
Pascal, they go shock you say they don't give them money. Oh. There are some people that really love the president and can do anything for
They
him.
give them money. See AB and this Mark now, they don't pursue them for other stations. You they listen to them. See at Mark they waste time. Tell they say God will judge everybody according to what you do on this earth. Nothing. See Buhari now. Buhari don't scatter. Buhari and no be let carry all these people come now. Buhari now. You don't ever claim. Now so all of them, all of us, and nobody will escape the wrath of God in Jesus' name. Nobody. See as people are dying. People are crying. And this Mark. Thank God to you. All of Nigerian family, Tinubu, all of them. What I will say, God will intervene for this election. Two things go happen for this election. Two things go happen. Either this election and two things God will intervene.
Okay.
Two things go happen. And no one will escape. See my brother waiting for South Africa. He said Zuma, Jacob Zuma. Oh boy, at his South Africa now. Go and see his family now. Then Jacob Zuma now it will be for Tinubu and others. When Nigeria in Jesus' name. Bye-bye.
Your brother see the South Africa. Tell him make it come out for dia o. To 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Sir, welcome.
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
To get this session is too tough. I've been placing for long to get people. It's not easy.
Sorry, sir.
You know?
Sir, what will be your name?
What I want to say is that we Nigerians are shouting and importing everywhere. But it is these people are laughing us. All these things which we are saying on radio, they don't hear. They don't hear us. See, let me tell you, the first place is honest people. Even Nigeria, we get honest people right. Every other thing will be stopped. All these things, because they are laughing, because they have honest people as a pillow, backbone. Therefore, if we do not get them right, our name is sorry. Our name is sorry. Whatever we are doing, say go get PVC or don't get PVC. We are trying for nothing. Even if billions of PVC, we cast it out. They know how they will work it out and do whatever they want to do. Remember, there are three or more than accusations under Amipoto or what they call them as an chairman. All those allegations, where are they now? They have thrown it out. Are we talking on it again? We are not talking on it again. I don't want to talk more than let Nigeria focus where honest man says. If we get that place, we can talk of election.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. 08036929933. 08036929933. That's the number to call. And the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. Hello, good evening.
Oh, hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
It's my Pito from Arroy, Padang.
Oh, welcome, Mal. It's been a very long time.
Yes, I've been trying to like down. It doesn't enter for me.
Sorry. Welcome, ma.
It's a happy birthday. Even when you were celebrating, I tried to call and wish you happy birthday, but I couldn't get through.
Thank you so much, ma. God bless you.
That's all. God bless you. Esther, we've just heard what is happening in insecurity. If Tinubu is able to give us security, so that everybody can go out and fend for themselves, nobody will even look at what they are doing in government house. How can they tell us to be secure yourself? Meanwhile, they are giving them security vote every month. Look at what they did in the kitchen. Election they held in the kitchen the other day. The people were showing 15,000 naira. They are buying votes. That's why the government is borrowing money to buy votes. They buy borrow. For election, they keep it for election to take and buy votes. What kind of country? Let them allow people to choose who they want to govern them now. It's not by force. Let them give us security. Let us wait for ourselves. The rice is not enough. We don't need rice again. If you collect rice, what will look at? The 50,000 are paying people. How long will they eat? How long will they eat with their family? I don't know why Nigeria. That's why you use hunger to weaponize us so that wherever they dangle 10,000, 2,000 people will be struggling to collect. Can you imagine this girl came to Facebook and show us 15,000. Please, 1,000 naira that they buy, they get them for their vote. It's not fair now. My sister, good night.
Sorry, ma. Good night. It's actually annoying. It's a very annoying situation, and it's also depressing. You can't sleep. You can't close your eye. Every day is the same quanta. Every day. 08036929933. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Esther. Good evening.
Hey, good evening. Are you okay? Your voice is low.
Yes, I'm fine. Are you?
Oh, I did hear. For real. Thank you for asking. What's your name?
I'm Izuchukwu from Oshodi.
Okay, can you project? To be honest, your voice sounds very low.
Okay, I said I'm Izuchukwu from Oshodi.
All right, Mr. Izuchukwu, welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling for the very first time.
Really? Hey, where's my bell? Okay, hold on.
I've been calling, but thank God today it's done.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, please go ahead.
What I want to say is, I just want to tell Nigerians, please, let's get our PVC. That is the solution to all these things. Because some people are believing that nothing is happening in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, I had a very big argument today. Somebody was telling me that nothing is happening in Nigeria. It's a normal thing. I just said, everybody, please, let's get our PVC. It's election. They won't regamble. But please, let's just try and get our PVC.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Hi. Good evening, Mr. Boyson.
Good evening, Esther Wachuku.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
Welcome. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. What about your guest?
He's gone. I had him via the telephone, but he's listening.
Please, please, I would like to give you what guest was speaking. Are you with me?
I can hear you.
Okay, when he was speaking, it's like there is from his end. I don't know. He wasn't that clear, and if you may find out, it wasn't so clear. Even though he was speaking fine, but you got to get what he was saying. That maybe I don't know from my own side anyway. So that's just that. But then, if I must say something, I've been saying this, that this government is not ready to fight terrorism. And the worst thing that is happening, I don't know, maybe the president may mean well, but you see these are his advisors, this Bayo Nanuga, he wants to set this country ablaze. A different thing will be happening, he'll be reporting a different thing. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So that man should watch it. Or he should watch it. He thinks he's smart. He's just not helping issues. He's not helping the president. Honestly speaking, that's just the truth. Because all these gimmicks, you come from here, the written will happen, he will say a different thing. He will try to, I don't know whether he's trying to please the Mr. President. Mr. President promised us that if he, as far as I'm concerned, power to start with, if he doesn't deliver,
he said
nobody
so.
should vote him.
But Bayo is coming to say something different.
For God's sake, what is wrong with this man?
And the president never promised Nigerians 24 hours power supply.
Why does he think he knows more than Nigerians? I mean, this Bayo Nanuga. It's appalling. It's very, very unfortunate. I don't know what is wrong with that guy. He should, well, if the president feels that it's okay with him, let him continue. Nothing lasts forever. But I know that that man is not helping him. He is not helping him.
Not just that man. A lot of his cabinet members are not helping him. I've been complaining about it.
Most of them. But number one is this Bayo Nanuga.
Yeah.
I have not seen the kind of person.
And they were the ones that introduced division in the polity from the onset.
Dividing the people. I mean, what is wrong, for God's sake?
I've been saying it from the onset. I don't like Mr. Bayo at all.
I don't know what is happening. Can't Nigerians rise up and say, look, enough of this nonsense? I beg. Good night.
Thank you so much, Mr. Boyson. I have been somebody that has been saying that the very persons who are compromising this government are the people surrounding the president, especially all those spokespersons. Chief of them is Mr. Bayo Nanuga. I've been saying it from the onset that he did not help this administration at all. At all. They introduced hostility. They introduced division. They introduced targeted bullying. Nah. But it is well. Okay, good evening. Tinubu and Oyebanji celebrated Ekiti governorship election victory, and they are not ashamed of themselves for celebrating rigging of an election, because we heard what a voter said, that INEC officials gave them ballot papers that have already been thumb-printed, and rigging and vote buying is legalized by them. And let other political parties play dirty during elections. Leo from Lagos. Do you fight darkness with darkness? I don't think that's the way to go. Hello, Esther. With the latest information and step taken by the U.S. government to release the names of sponsors of terrorists, which Nigerian government has failed to publish, to me and many Nigerians, the government can be alleged to be complicit in this matter. The most annoying is how the same government continues to budget and spend huge amount on intelligence gathering and purchase of weapons, which the effect has not been felt. Does it not sound funny that neighboring countries that are not as big as Nigeria has the power and ability to conquer these terrorists when they move into their countries? How come Nigeria, known as the supposed giant of Africa, that also have military soldiers that have gone round the world to assist in fighting wars and coming back victorious, the same military are now finding it difficult to overpower the terrorists in their own country? Based on this, will Nigerians be wrong to say that the only reason the present administration led by President Tinubu will never be able to win the fight against terrorism is because the president has not gotten the political will, which is glaring that it is due to his second term ambition in 2027? Oloro Agbawao, God bless Nigeria. Temitope Onatoye from Ijagemo community. All right, this person says, good evening, Esther. Applying all you listed out joined together can stop terrorism in Nigeria. The terrorists are not strong to challenge the community. If the community have all it takes to stop them, not to talk of government, it's just we don't have a willing will. MKO, the living one from Satellite Town. I don't need a police or military to protect me. They can't. I only need a gun. I will protect myself and properties and my people. Well, guns are not legalized. All right. Akaraka from AJ Ajegunle. A failed state is a sovereign nation whose government has lost effective control over its territory and is incapable of providing fundamental political security and economic services to its citizens. Nigeria is an example of such. Evening, Esther. Okay. This is Tunji from Keno. Sounds Igboho went to Fulani house for his community and gave them some 2 hours ultimatum to produce the kidnapped victims. Otherwise, he would act, and they call themselves and produce the kidnapped victims. What is the implication of this? They know about the kidnapping going on in the community, and since state actors like police and co, some of your write-ups are not very legible. have not played their roles well, people will shift to other people they feel can save them. Kanu started well but was vulgar and got it wrong when he started insulting everyone and even said they should burn down Lagos and kill policemen. There is no defense to Kanu act because he was a beast who was after destroying Nigeria and nobody will watch him do so. Thanks, Tunji from Kano. All right. This person says, good evening, Esther. I disagree with your analyst in respect of his opinion on Sunday Igboho. His submission shows bias towards Yoruba and is in sharp contrast to the opinion of Barrister Nzako after the news at 6 p.m. He opined that as a result of failure of government to provide security, people will act in self-defense. From Adesoji Ikpaja, Lagos. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you too as well. Esther, with due respect, your analyst is totally not on the right track. Why the northern leaders never come out one day to condemn the Fulani's acts? Why terrorists are afraid of Sunday Igboho? Since APC government are not helpful, the governors also not helpful. And until the terrorists kill us finish, no, this is bias and injustice. Thank you, Johnson from Lagos. Queen Esther, good evening to you and all in VOP House. If Nigeria wants to tackle insecurity today, they will do it within 2 minutes, but it is well. Esther, what of Mr. Ekundayo? I miss his voice. Well done, Esther, Madam V. Mr. Ekundayo is writing an exam. I know you guys have been asking, don't worry. When he's done, we'll invite him. The last time he sent me a message and said he was having a program and it's intensive. So please, you guys, just pardon him. He'll soon be here with us. I think I mentioned to you that he's running his PhD program. So yeah, he's very busy. All right. Don't worry. When he's done, he will let me know that he's done and then we'll have him on the program. Thank you very much. This person says, Esther, verify your fact. You and that so-called lawyer. There was no time Sunday Igboho said he's going to kill anybody. What's your name? Mr. David. Mr. David, maybe you should read. The news is out there. So when you have information like this, just Google it and check it. The story is out there. Mr. Sunday Igboho made that statement in the palace. Sometimes you guys, in defending some things, no, to be honest with you, I don't get power for you. I'm pressed right now. I want to be done and leave the studio to go and ease myself. So I don't get your energy. Hello, good evening, Esther. I will keep telling you this. Your president can never fight terrorists because he knows how they came into Nigeria. What is your name, oh? Biko, be putting your name, oh? Be putting your name, oh? When people are writing all these things. Good evening, Esther. Barrister Esther's perspectives on judicial rascality are very commendable. Please play the words of Mr. President as regards his promises to give Nigerians stable electricity while campaigning in 2022. We want to hear his exact narratives that Mr. Bayo Nanaga is trying to put under the carpet. Noah from Igondo. All right, Noah. I'll do that. Good evening, Esther. Remember, it was the British that put Buhari and Tinubu in power. When Obi was everywhere before campaigning for election, when we thought he would be our president, British ambassador then visited Tinubu in his Abuja residence. The only one amongst all the presidential contestants that sealed it for him. Until we in South make a bold step to stop British from meddling in our affairs, Nigeria would never get it right. Patrick from Ije Ododo. Good evening, VOP. The infrastructure you aforementioned that Tinubu built in Ebonyi State, especially the Akpoha Onueke flyover in as a South local government area and Eda local government area, was completed before Governor Dave Umahi left office in 2023. As an indigene of Ebonyi State, I can personally confirm this. I can't speak for Enugu, but regarding Ebonyi, those projects were already completed and well known to us. So APC lied about those ones. Social thinker from our 12. Social thinker, this was yesterday's conversation, but thank you for clarifying. Good evening, my sister. Please, okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Bandits kidnap APC Kebbi State local government chairman, wife and son. If only these our brothers can channel their energy on these corrupt leaders, I will remember them in my prayers. God will protect those bandits for me in Jesus' name. Adewale from Ojo, what's in happen? Hello, good evening. Hello? Please, if you're calling on WhatsApp, make sure you have a very good internet, okay? Make sure your internet is very good. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello? 08036929933. That's the number. 08036929933. Okay. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What is your name?
Alex Amamiro.
Mr. Alex.
Amamiro.
Welcome, sir. Maniro. Is this your first time?
No, it's not my first time. It's my second time.
All right, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
So I so much of whatever you people are doing there.
Thank you.
So Nigeria needs to wake up. Nigeria needs to wake up. I wish for this country. Because Nigeria happens to be a very great country. But because of the bad leadership that we have, and they use money, poverty to intimidate Nigerians, that they cannot get up to fight for their rights. And prayers cannot solve our problems. Hello?
I can hear you, sir.
Hello?
I can hear
Prayers
you.
cannot solve our problems. We have to stand and say enough is enough. They are using us. They are bastards. I'm not happy. Really, I'm not happy. Because of our children, our grandchildren. They are accumulating a debt. So much debt that will make this country, our children, never to make a way. So please, let Nigerians stand up and fight for our rights. This is my take.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Okay. 08036929933. Hello. Good evening.
Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
Okay, Joe from John Kingham Market.
I'm fine, sir. Welcome.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I want to contribute.
Okay, please go ahead.
There's some things that got me pissed off.
Okay.
Every time they were talking about this terrorist taking over so many local government in the north. Does it mean that this our government, they don't know what to do, or they don't, as in the people that are supposed to carry out this thing to make sure these people are flushed out the way they are doing Nigerian citizens? Does it mean that these people are not doing their work? Because sometimes when you are watching in the Facebook, you see a Nigerian third road. That is, motor will not be passing there. You will look from beginning to end. You will see all these boys with Nigerian uniform. They will be littered everywhere with different guns. Does it mean that our government don't know where these people are? There are some things that baffle me. In a company, Nigeria is just like a company. So many people have just been calling here, looking for how to hit the nail on the head. Who is that person that can help Nigeria? Okay, they have been talking about Ibayo and Anoga, what they have been doing. Can't Nigeria move ahead that this person is not doing well? Is there no way Nigeria can move ahead to bring that person down?
Okay.
Marketing manager, this, that. Anybody that is not doing well, they will question that person, fire that person, follow that person bomber to bomber. But in Nigeria here, it doesn't mean that when things are not going wrong well, doesn't mean that we don't have somebody who can hold responsible. Doesn't mean that we don't have anybody who can hold responsible. Maybe if it means for people to talk against that person and bring that person down so that things will move forward. Doesn't mean something like that don't exist in our country.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. I can hear you. Thank you for calling here. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello. 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 Good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Brams.
Is this your first time, sir?
Who have called before, yeah.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah. It is quite unfortunate that we saw ourselves in a nation where the leadership has decided to do nothing, even when the masses are crying. Now, if it will take U.S. government to use their intelligence to find out sponsors, both whether individual and entity, sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. And Nigeria has these people among us. And in all their intelligence, they couldn't fish out anybody out. Now, if he's a citizen, an ordinary citizen, that has said something against the government or do something criminal, the DSS and other security agents, through their network, they will get person. Even as we are talking on the radio now, if you talk anything with vex government now, I'm sure that in less than 24 hours, they will arrest the person.
Yeah.
So he look as if Nami they do me. Abi, you know me, if they do me, if they pity me. That's how he look like.
All right.
And in this same situation.
Okay, so some of you requested and said I should play that statement. I felt all of us already know what was said and when the president made that statement. But just to give a rebuttal to Mr. Bayo Nanoga's re-clarification of what the president said by telling us that the president never promised Nigerians constant or 24 hours electricity supply, he was trying to respond to Mr. Peter Obi and discrediting what he said. Let's listen to this.
The next 4 years.
So because it was quite a disturbing situation and everybody was wondering, is it possible that Nigerians did not get it right? You know.
Constant electricity during his campaign.
Okay, let's get this. Yes, hello. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Madam Esther. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine, no.
Can you turn down the volume of your radio?
Okay.
Hello?
And you will not pay for estimated
Hello?
anymore. Whichever way, by all means necessary, you must have electricity. And you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. Whichever way, by all means necessary, you must have electricity. And you will not pay for estimated bill anymore.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, Madam Esther.
Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, this is my first time calling.
Oh, really? Where's my bell?
Ring
Welcome.
the bell for me,
I don't ring bell for you.
This is Azu from Igboho.
Azu for Azu first time you called. Sorry. Ndo. Okay, well, there are still many more messages to read. Let me take some more messages. Good evening, Miss Esther, and to your guest. I really enjoyed every aspect of today's evening rush. It's beginning to dawn on us all. I mean, the general populace of Nigeria, that we have been sold out by our government, because from my little understanding, no amount of insurgents is greater than the might and power of the government, like we normally say, after God is government, before the man is holding the gun. So it's clear in the open what this is. Good evening, Miss Esther. I'm enjoying your program. Help me tell Mark that I need 500k from him since he is not affected by the government. I believe he has plenty money in his account. Really? You need to bring a forensic audit. Mark likes forensic audits. Okay. This person also said, hello, Esther. Well done. we are in a very big thing. We already knew this all this while, but thank God things are beginning to come out and be exposed by themselves. These same people who have kept this country in bondage are the same people who will liberate us. How? Abi, you meant to? Okay. Oh. Please, when you're writing messages, be looking at what you're writing. And be very certain of what you're writing. Please, no calls, no WhatsApp calls. I'm trying to read out messages. Your calls are interrupting me reading messages. I beg. See now, you have made me to close the WhatsApp. Okay, 08036929933. That's the number to call. Let's take one more call so we can take more messages. I'm trying to restart the WhatsApp because all of you keep bombarding the WhatsApp, and I want to read out all your messages, and your calls are really interrupting. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening. What's your name?
I'm
Sir, turn down the volume of your radio.
from Egondo.
All right, sir. Please go ahead. Turn down the volume of your radio very quickly. When you call, turn off your radio, please. Hello?
I'm hearing you now.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
I said, I'm asking you whether government are hearing all the things that people are saying they do every day.
So we should not say it, ni?
No, I don't say. I said, if they were that they have been hearing you before. I mean, I don't know human being. There must be a change. If we say something, we talk from morning to night, from a month to month, nothing. I mean, I believe that you people are just wasting your saliva and the time.
No, you can't speak that statement on national radio. I come to work here every day, and you're telling me that what my efforts is a waste. It's wrong for you to call and say that. Good evening, Esther Wachukwu, Barrister Eze Luche, Solomon Asika from Mushin. Listening to insecurity in this nation day in, day out, and it still lingers. What can we, the citizens, do about it? Well, that's why we're having this conversation. Good evening, my dear sister and VOP family members. This terrorist sponsor and sympathizers knows what they are doing. That is why they're after Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and they will rush to call IPOB a terrorist, but the real terrorists are working freely, eating and whining with them. Shame on them. From Vivian Love. All right. Hi, Esther. Good evening. This is AY from Poland. I fear for Nigeria. People are ready to vote, but how do you deal with the clause in the law that they print their own ballot paper, and if the presiding officer accepts, we're back to the beginning? Good evening, Esther. I'm asking you this question. Are we cursed as a country? Because even in the churches, evil is more than good. Even outside the churches, the same thing. What do we do as persons? Should we continue doing evil? Please don't. Good evening, Esther. Please, this Mark, I should. Good evening, Esther. I am Charles Amadi, sending this from Ogun State. This insecurity issue our country is facing today is orchestrated by some northern elements, which the government knows, but the government is trading it with their selfish interest by looking the other way. I personally feel, though allegedly, that Sultan of Sokoto does not only know, but fully involved in this insecurity issue. Very soon they will attack our Air Force base and cut away our aircraft. Some northerners are fully aware of what is happening. Thanks. Oga, when you send this kind of information, put your name. So if they want to track, they will know where they're tracking. Hi Esther, are you afraid with this caller called Mac? Be careful with him. He may just be another set of people that speak from different sides of their mouth. You are too lenient with him. Or is he one of the owners of VOP? Chika from Lekki? No, he's not an owner, but every Nigerian deserves an opportunity to express themselves. The conversation is not meant for a certain set of persons, it's for everyone. So what we do is anything that Mark says that is untrue, we counter him with facts presented that it's obvious that anyone can go research and read. So he's a Nigerian and he supports the government, fine. When he calls him, he's free. You guys, he's free. It's only when he starts slandering or making false notions or not going straight to the point. I obviously always come in. Hi Esther, good evening. Emmanuel in Lagos. Could you please block this caller, Mark, from calling the station? His contributions are usually not meaningful and he tends to take up too much airtime. Esther Wachukwu, good evening. Please, okay. All of you are fake folk. Okay. Mark. Another Mark. Okay. Another Mark. See, I don't allow my Mark Tikunar. This same person is on Mark. Esther Wachiko, I thank you for the good work. God bless you. Barrister have said it all. Please cut off Mark. All your messages, Mark. Esther, may God continuously bless you and your good work and all the prolific analysts you bring to your studio, including Barrister Ezra Eluchi, today's guest. Please, Nigeria's security apparatus should synergize with Sunday Igboho to rid the country of terrorism. The latter should likewise reduce the threat of killing even innocent souls so as not to be labeled a killer. Esther, you are analyzing today's issues. Why is Mark always talking in the past? Is this guy really a Nigerian? Please let the federal government of Nigeria give Nigerians cooking gas. Tony Anele from Ijagemo. Good evening, Esther. Please, what of Mr. Truth? Please check on him. It's been long. I will never forget the president's promise on the 2023 election. Power supply will be 24 hours now. What is happening is a scam. That's why citizens are not interested with Nigerians again, but rushing other countries searching for jobs. Abuchi Nanka. Okay. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Eze. Please, what can Igboho do? What weapons does he have that will match the bandits? We're watching from a distance. Please don't mind Mark and AB. Chibuzo from Ikeja. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. This Mark is just baseless. Chris from Iba. You guys on Mark. Good evening, Esther. My name is Martins from Songota. Mark and AB are being paid to support this bad government to the detriment of vulnerable Nigerians. Other stations don't give them chance again, Esther. Good evening, Esther. Please, this Mark guy normally sounds like one person I know. He thinks, say, to speak English na intelligent him, don't forget, say, imbecile too, they speak English. Jeffrey from Egbeda. Okay, you guys are really giving Mark too much attention. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. Esther, you are Mark sympathizer. Other stations don't allow the amount of airtime you give him. He doesn't deserve it, ma. Okay. Please, this person says, okay, still Steve, thank you. Okay, Esther, people are still able to spend energy defending governments. It's just because their loved ones are yet to be victims. They are so self-centered. Remember what Danobala said, once you join APC, your brain stops working. Chiedu from Ogun State. Greetings, Esther. Greetings to you. Fact, check these people supporting these shenanigans in APC. They're the same people that defended Buhari for 8 years, only to turn out to tell us that Tinubu inherited bad government from Buhari. They are clueless and make senseless points without shame. That is why black Africans are too backward. Amechi from Afoluku. Okay, hello. Good evening to you. Good evening. Tinubu and Oyebanji celebrated Ekiti. I think I have read this. Nigeria's security problem is a deliberate matter. It's a collaboration of the state government agents, prominent people from the state and foreign businessmen through the sponsorship of their government because of the natural resources of the country. The federal government and they're being lenient with the foreigners that are terrorizing the citizens in the name of being scared of Fulani people. Pastor Emmanuel. Good evening, VOP. Your guest analysis has done wonderfully well. He analyzed without being biased and not generalizing issues. Please, we need more of him on this program. Opalayem Emmanuel from Isolo. Good evening, Esther. Oh, God, another Mark. Another Mark. This is Emeka from Ogun State. Esther, good evening. I want to tell us this present government is afraid and he cannot be able to utter a word for this insecurity to stop. Good evening, Esther and the guests. I know that if we approve the security funds, nothing can be done in this government. And I think that petrol for don't enter 700. Forget this government. I pray for Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu says about this our government, but we later jailed him. Escape from council Edimo. Good evening, Esther. Now that the Tinubu led APC go. Oh God, you guys, please write legibly, write comprehensively, please. Good evening, Esther. You give this Mark too much attention with the propaganda he's always spreading across all radio stations. We know where he belongs to. Initially, I was hoping on the Oyibos to help us salvage our nation until I realized history has it that these Oyibos has always been the biggest beneficiary of the corruption and incompetence in our government. Ororo from Ayobo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to a wrap on the program this evening. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation. I need to go right about now. Dear Lies coming up next. My name is Esther Wachuku. Definitely we'll be having Mr. Alves join us tomorrow on the Evening Rush. Do stay with us. and make sure you have a wonderful evening. Stay protected and keep yourself informed. To have yourself a wonderful day. Bye for now.